Hello everyone. So after the 2-1 defeat against Manchester United at Anfield, there has been a lot of concerns about our team performance. But instead of directly getting into our team performance, I would like to speak about three categories of team. So the first category is a good team. So the speciality of a good team is that they concede less, but they can score more goals than that. The typical Manchester City team who is very conservative in the defensive approach, but they manage ways to score goals. The second category is an average team. The average team, they either concede less, but they can score one or two goals more than that, or they concede goals, but they can score more goals than that. So based on their playing style, the scorelines will be either 1-0 victory or 4-3 victory, depends. Then comes the poor team. The poor team, the issue is that they struggle to score goals, but they concede very easily. So in the beginning of the season, Liverpool has been into the average team category. So if we check the score lines, 4-2 against Bournemouth, 3-2 against Newcastle, 3-2 against Atletico Madrid. But as the season progressed, we have been dipped into the poor team category because right now we are struggling to score goals, but we are conceding so easily. So if we check 24-25 season, we were defensively very solid compared to the Jurgen Klopp era. Because of the new formation, tactical setup, players, Slot has brought a lot of changes. But this season we are struggling defensively. We are very vulnerable in the defense. So if we check the stats, last season we have considered only 41 goals across a span of 13 games. But this season we have considered 11 goals from 9 games itself. And the XG against Liverpool last season was 1.08, but this season it has increased to 1.36, which is a massive difference. So what's the issue? Why we are struggling? From the analysis, we can understand that teams are targeting our flanks, especially our right back and left back. Kirkus, who is a new player who is playing as a left back most of the time, he is known for his offensive ability and overlapping runs, but in this team, sometimes or most of the times, he is deployed as a third centre back. There is a proper clarity about his role and he is struggling at this point of time. Then comes Bradley, who we embraced as the replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. But his on-the-ball impact is very little, and even teams are targeting him. So if we check the game against Chelsea, he was struggling against the pace of the team. So both the wing backs are struggling. Teams are targeting the flanks. If we check the game against Chelsea or Manchester United or even Galatasaray, all the games, all the goals came through the lapse or weakness of both the flanks. So I believe that there's a lot of scope for improvement in these flanks, and Slot need to find a solution in order to adjust to it. So let's take it out how we can make the tweaks in order to improve our team. The next question I would like to raise is that why Slot is repeatedly playing Bradley, Gakpo and McAllister. So Gakpo has been good last two games, especially scoring goals against Chelsea and Manchester United, but still he struggled in the entire season. If you take the case of McAllister and Bradley, they were poor throughout the season. We have a lot of quality, depth and bench strength. So if you check the case of Chiesa, whenever he was given the chance, he was performing really well with goal contribution, working hard for the team and making the impact. Let's take the case of Woods and Ekitike. They were the player who made the biggest impact against Chelsea and Manchester United with their spontaneity and creativity. Curtis Jones were exceptionally good against Manchester United as a substitute in the second half. What really confuses me is that why even we bought Frimpong. Frimpong we bought as a substitute or a replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he is not given chance to play as a right back. To me, Frimpong is a really good player with exceptional on-the-ball ability, and he can bring a new attacking dimension to this Liverpool side. But still, Slot is not giving him chance. So my biggest concern is that we have a lot of good players, but Slot is not rotating the squad. If you only rotate the squad and give these players sufficient time and opportunity only, then only we can understand what's the right mix that can work this team well or take this team to the next level.